Hi, I'm Shivani Tyronne, founder of Miris by Islandmom. I literally ignite everyone's taste buds for my living. Actually, Miris was a COVID lockdown business that formed in 2020 by identifying there is a market gap for products for extreme chili addicts. So because I'm extreme chili addict, when I needed chili at the time during COVID lockdown, that's why I found out that there's no products, there's no availability of chili-based products in the local market. So I think that was the eye-opener for me to start Miris. And ever since that date to date, I've been running this business. But Miris as a business, we are here to actually celebrate the goodness of Miris. Miris is a chili known as Scotch bonnet in English, which is widely known around the world and has its own different spice levels across the world. But in Sri Lanka, I think Miris ranges between 100 to 350,000 Scoville scale. So we love to work with those chilies, bringing that best, spiciest pungency in our products, giving that authentic flavor. So the sauces are pretty much inspired by our Sri Lankan flavors, Sri Lankan ingredients that has lost its attention. So something like soursop, Sri Lankan coffee, and then passion fruit, our Sri Lankan jaggery, some unique ingredients that needs its attention while also bringing that amazing, beautiful flavor into our products. So it's pretty much a Sri Lankan style hot sauce. So more than inspiration, it was the failures and challenges what led me, or what probably it pushed me to come to this point of starting my own business, because I had a career goal. I was working before I had a career break, and all the setbacks and failures what really drive me to start Miris. So more than inspiration, I would say it's the failures and challenges. So Miris, like I told you, it's a business that born during COVID. COVID itself was the biggest challenge for us. Like we didn't know what we are even doing, even though we had like a product in our mind, we had packaging done, everything was done right in our home, like in a closed, confined space. So even that itself was a challenge for us to bring the product to the customers during the lockdown, finding the right delivery partners, and even for us, we went out to deliver products with all that health concerns and security measures. With all that, we did it because we had that the desire, the passion to do something for our people, for the people who loves chilies, right? And that time, I think during COVID, a lot of people were ordering our hot sauces because that really helped with their nose congestion, to cough, to cold. So that really like gave us that encouragement to do more and to do something beyond our capacity or capability. So I think first was COVID, then became the economic crisis. So literally we have passed through all of that and we have come to this point because we had that passion and courage to do it. Moreover, we never, for this 5 years, we have never paused our operation for any reason. It can be COVID, it can be the crisis. We were standing in the queue, we were doing everything like everyone else were doing, but we never paused our operation. We never stopped our operation. We continued to go. We continued to do productions throughout. Even then, when there were shortages, we only postponed our production, but we never paused it. Because even during the crisis, our customers had products to purchase. So we are happy how we have come so far. Not that I'm proud, but I'm happy how we have passed through all these hurdles, and where we are right now is, I think, it's God's blessing, to be honest. So I think as a mother, the most important decision that I had to make is not let go of my family and also not let go of the business, which are very important aspects for me. Both of them are equally important. Definitely it's a challenge when you are a young mother, when you are running a young family, when you are growing around a young family, but not giving up on both aspects is the biggest decision, because there were instances where I easily felt like I shouldn't give up the business because of my family, but definitely I think we went along, we fought forward, and we walked forward with all the challenges that were around us. So pretty much that was the biggest decision in my life, to take forward and move. I think the foremost quality is continue, don't give up. If you have an idea of doing business, and if that business can bring value to your customers you're planning to serve, then continue to do whatever your setbacks, your failures, and be consistent of what you're doing. For me, I have personally lost hope. I've personally given up quite a few times. It's hard for me to say that to be consistent, but it's very hard to practice it. But trust me, that consistency will always reward you at a point of your life in your entrepreneur journey. My biggest goal, or probably my deepest desire, is to take Miris to Australia because that's where I have customers who carry their 1 year stock with them in a half a luggage. And I have very recently, a week back, I had a customer who carrying like 15 to 16 bottles, serving a space in her luggage just for those. That's the kind of attention or probably welcome we get among our customers, people who truly love spice, people who really admire the fact that it's very authentic. So I have a lot of customers similar to that who carry or even they get the products down through courier. So for me, my next biggest decision would be to take Miris to Australian market and of course some other additional expansion plans. To be honest, I mean, for a young mom who is driving a business, I think there's no work-life balance. I'm a mother of 2 and a mother of 8-year-olds. So 2 different age and a very big age gap. So managing those 2 human beings itself is a challenge for me. So work-life balance is pretty impossible. But what I have, the little measures that I have taken is to give that or probably dedicate these weekends for my children, that I ensure that, I will not, pick any office calls, work-related calls or meetings scheduled during weekend. And much as possible, I delegate work so that I get more time to spend with my family. And thirdly, I think saying no is a good thing. We always think like, okay, saying no is bad, it will hurt someone else. But I think it will also drain your strength when you say yes to everything and everyone. So saying no is good because it's not just because you're a mother. Even if you're if you're an entrepreneur, you have to learn to say no, because no is in Sri Lankan culture, we never say no because we love to please everyone. But this is what I have learned. Because when you say no, you set your boundary and you have your space, you have your time for yourself. And this is my own personal experience, and that has really rewarded me. And I've ensured that I also meet their requirements while also saying no. So there is a balance between that. If you can strike the balance, that's it. My biggest advice for any entrepreneur is to bring something unique to the global market, because Sri Lanka is now being eyed or being seen or identified as one of the tourism country, or probably a country that has so much potential. It can be tech, it can be manufacturing. So if you're planning to do something, if you're planning to venture into a business, make sure you do something unique and that tailor-made service or product is offered to the global market with less imitation. Because people we love to copy easily, but we don't think of the value that you can bring, because copying overnight is fine, but what is the value you're going to bring from that imitation is what you have to think of. Because if there are 5 to 6 brands offering the same products, good for customers because price points, demands, everything will be fine. But you think from a global point of view, what you're going to bring to your audience, to the global customers, because we are now looking to be that country that can be tailor-made to manufacturing industry, tech industry. So what you're going to bring something unique to the table, what matters to the global audience more than the locals. So give your attention to the global market and work on a product that will definitely succeed. At the same time, that also you'll be able to serve your local audience, because serving is a attitude that you must be having, humble and serving attitude, because our customers, they love to be heard more than what you offer. They love to be heard from what they say. So when you give that time for them, when you hear what they like to say, that's where I think you strike a balance and you get that customer lifetime. So be a good entrepreneur who is ready to serve your customers.